This is a Kenworth T880 tri-axle dump truck. This is made by Diecast Masters and it's in 1/50th scale. Now this thing looks fantastic. It's got this polished aluminum body here. I think that's polished aluminum. I don't know what it is, but it's got a mirror finish and it is just as cool as can be. I mean, this thing really jumps out and grabs you sitting on the shelf. And I wasn't terribly wild about this burgundy color, but man, it really does look good. It's just a sharp looking truck. And Diecast Masters is really doing a pretty great job with these dump trucks. I mean, they're just fantastic. The features are pretty good. They look great sitting on the shelf. There's a couple things that aren't perfect, but for the most part, they do look pretty good. One thing that's interesting about these Kenworths is that the doors open up. The doors don't open on the Internationals, the Cats, or the Western Stars, but on the Kenworths, they do. And you can get a kind of a decent look inside the cab there. And it looks pretty good. You can see that the truck is an automatic, which isn't a bad thing. That's what, honestly, that's what most trucks are going to nowadays. The automatic transmissions aren't terrible. And you can see that it's got a Paccar engine in there. Now, Paccar is the parent company of Kenworth, Peterbilt, and some European truck. I can't remember what it is. It's like DAF or MAN. I think it's DAF. What a weird name. Anyway, so Paccar makes their own motors, and you can get them in these trucks. You really can't get a Paccar motor in like an International. I really don't think they offer their motors outside of Kenworth and Peterbilt. But there's, for somehow or another, I think they have an agreement with Cummins where some Paccar and some Cummins motors are the same. They're just badged differently. And then some Paccars are their own. It's kind of a weird thing. Now, the only T880 that I drove, it wasn't automatic. It was a tri-axle tractor, but it had a Cummins motor in it. I want to say it was a 450 horsepower Cummins. And I gotta tell you, it was just the smoothest riding, smoothest shifting, quietest truck I've ever driven. I mean, it was just fantastic. And it was a tri-axle, so it was built to move some weight. And man, it just God, what a nice tractor. You can't say enough nice things about it. There's a lot of people who say that Kenworth makes the nicest truck money can buy, and I gotta tell you, there's some truth in that. Yeah, I've driven some W900s, I've driven a T880, a T800, and they're just nice tractors. They really are. Now, as far as the Paccar goes, the place I work at, as far as I know, they only have one Paccar engine, and they got it in one of their heavy haul tractors. It was like 500 horsepower maybe, and this thing ate an injector at like 30,000 miles, and that is not something you want to have happen, especially in your heavy haul tractor. You know, it's 18 speed, you know, 510 horsepower tri-axle, and it's going to eat an injector at 30,000 miles. That's ridiculous. That's, you know, but every once in a while you get something that's, you call it a lemon or whatever. You know, not everything is perfect, especially these days. Buying something brand new is no guarantee of getting something quality. You can see here that the air tanks, and I don't think that might be the battery box there, is not quite right. It's kind of hard to see. It's not quite sitting straight, which is pretty disappointing. But like the mirrors look good, the lights look good, all that kind of stuff. If you look underneath, you do have some steering, and your little pusher axle here also has steering, and you can set it up or down, which is pretty neat. You see the motor and the driveline, all that fun, happy stuff. You see the def tank. Yeah, it is a battery box. You got your fuel tank here. Here's all your emissions nonsense inside of that monstrosity. You can see there the barrel for it. Your tailgate does open up. You got your hitch on the back here, which mostly works for the first gear trailers, but not quite. It's pretty close. Now, the other thing that is really goofy is the dump cylinder. You have such a nice truck, and then you have this goofy dump cylinder. I mean, it kind of looks terrible, honestly. It doesn't match the quality of the rest of the truck. It just doesn't. You know? I mean, those wheels are just fabulous. They're absolutely fabulous. The body, everything's great. The stacks are cool. And then you get to that dump cylinder, it's like, hold up. Like, that's not even the B team. That's not the C team. That's like the R team put that in there. Good Lord. You know, that's like something Matchbox would do. So that's a little bit strange. But anyway, overall, it's a fantastic truck. It really is. This bed just, oh my gosh, I can't say enough good things about this bed. It looks cool. This is a show truck for sure. Anyway, that's all I got for this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. I might just have it. I'm debating trying to put together some of my collection here and do videos on that. I don't have a good way to show off all my stuff because unfortunately a lot of it is packed away at the moment, but I'm going to see what I can do. Anyway, if you'd like to see more of what I got, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast, and thanks for watching.